What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the free football shirt collection challenge, the series where I look to build a football shirt collection without spending any money on it. Today marks the end of this series on this channel. Now, that doesn't mean I'm making another channel, because I'm not. This series will move to Instagram, and that will come as a bit of a disappointment to a lot of you, but unfortunately it just doesn't really work on this channel. This channel has always been gaming related, although it was originally FIFA for a good 8-9 years, so that is football. We moved into video games. The audience now more or less just wants video game content, so football shirts doesn't really work here. I will now be posting everything to Instagram. So we have £267.50 to spend right now. The collection value is $525. What I'm going to do today is something that I mentioned a while ago, and that is buy shirts off myself. I am effectively looking to try and blow that £267.50 as best I can right now. Now, I know I said in the last episode I want that match-worn shirt, and I still do, and I'm still not going to say who it is until I actually obtain it. But if you want to follow the Instagram, it is linked down below. If you follow it right now, there may not be any football shirt content on there whatsoever, but there will be, just note. But for now, I'm going to try and spend as much as that £267 on shirts to buy into the collection, just because it's easier for me to explain to you what I'm doing here than it will be on Instagram. So there will be posts like standard Instagram posts, but I will also do things like stories and reels and stuff as well, so there will be video content on there as such. But I just feel like it would do better there, or it wouldn't do better there, but it would just be easier for me to do it, because these videos take a while to put together and edit and render and all the rest of it, and they're just not getting the reception that I'd like. So I'm just going to move it to Instagram, and we're going to strictly focus on video game content on this channel. So without any further ado, let's spend 200, or rather the best part of £267.50. So let me begin by telling you why I'm buying shirts off myself. So the first shirt is going to be this Newport County away shirt from 2018, I want to say. I might be wrong in saying that, but I'm just going to go off memory rather than looking everything up for right now. But I think that's 2018 away shirt. It was £40 at the time, so we will deduct £40. You could probably get this for less than 40 quid now. Actually, as it turns out, you can't get this at the moment. It's not on eBay, it's not on Classic Football Shirts, so if you did want this, you'd probably have to pay over the odds for it wherever you could find it. There's nothing on the back. There is a sponsor, obviously, but there is no name and number on the back, unfortunately. The website didn't do it, so I don't really know how you... I mean, they might do now, but back in 2018, they didn't. So I don't know how anyone would have got a Newport County shirt with a name and number on the back unless they did it themselves, or maybe went to the club shop and they had them pre-printed. I'm really not sure. But that is shirt number 1, and the shirt we will continue to wear throughout the episode, because why not? I was born in Newport. A lot of people might ask why I don't support Newport and why I support Liverpool. Is it because I'm a glory hunter? Well, no, actually, at the time of me supporting Liverpool, they weren't actually particularly very good. It was the very beginning of the Premier League, and of course we know how long it took them to win that. So it wasn't anything to do with being a glory hunter. I think honestly, and I don't think I've ever told anyone this before, but I think the only reason why I'm a Liverpool fan, and I don't regret this, I'm actually quite glad. My brother is an Everton fan, and he obviously tried to get me to support Everton, who's Everton's arch rivals, Liverpool. So of course I rebelled against my brother and I started supporting Liverpool. So there it is. That's just how it happened. I do follow Newport in terms of, like, I look after their results and stuff, and I did really like this shirt, and I do really like their new, I think it's their 3rd shirt. If I can find a picture of it, I'll put it on screen for you. I do really like that. So I'm not against buying Newport shirts per se. My closest team, and the team I actually used to play for, who play in the 2nd tier of Welsh football, are called Cwmbran Celtic. I would own every shirt that they've ever had if they sold them. Unfortunately, they don't, and apparently they don't give them out even if I offer them money, so I don't really know what to do there. But that's the first one. We're going to deduct 40 because that's how much I spent on it. Let's move on to the next shirt, and we're going to move through these a little bit quicker. So this next one is a vintage pickup, but I did this before I started this series, so it was a long time ago, and I've actually had it a while, but for some reason I just checked, it isn't listed on my eBay or Depop or Vinted or anything, so this has just been sat there when I'm pretty sure I could sell this, but it is my size, and it is the Italian home shirt from, dare I say, 2017? I think 2017, 2018, something along those lines. I've had it for a long time. Unfortunately, there is nothing on the back of it. They've got the little Italian flag there, but there is no name and number on the back of it. But it is a size large, so I could definitely get away with wearing it, and I think I'm going to. That is a very nice shirt. Unfortunately, Italy are not the best team at the moment, but I'm going to keep that for the time being. I'm going to put it into the collection. I had to go back quite a long way to find the listing. Unfortunately, it does that thing where the pictures have all gone, the listing you can't click on anymore. It's literally just the message and the receipt of me buying it. This was £8. If I can... I mean, there's nothing really to show, but I'll show whatever I can show to show you that I paid £8. It could literally be anything, so you're going to have to take my word for it. But that was £8, including delivery, so that will go into the collection. We'll deduct £8 from... It's got a little bit of a pull on the neck, but it's on the inside, and you can't tell on the outside. But yeah, that'll go into the collection, and we'll deduct the money off the total for that. Up next is going to be a shirt that I'm going to have to try on as to whether I want to keep it. I've been thinking about it for a while. You've already seen this. It's a shirt that we've bought in this series and have been looking to sell. And that is this glorious Barcelona shirt from... Oh, dare I say, was it 2008? Am I wrong in saying 2008? I think I might be right in saying it. So this is I believe it's a large. It does look big though. That's my concern. It looks big. This cost, I think, 10 or 12. I'll look up the exact figure and deduct the amount, but also we're going to need to deduct the amount on top of that I expected to gain back from selling it, if it fits. So all in all, I am deducting £30, I believe, from the collection value, from the series cash profit, if this fits. Let's find out if it does. Like a glove. This is actually a really nicely fitting shirt. I'm a big fan of that. You know, I think that, yeah, that hangs well. That's what she said. That, I don't know why I said that. Yeah, this is really nice. I like it. It needs a bit of an iron. It's got a bit of a crease down the middle where it's been folded, but this is nice. I've been deliberating with this one for a while. I think it's up there for like £38, £40 on eBay. And I've been getting offers of like 25, 30. And I'm like, don't know whether to or not. I think I'm going to keep it, you know. Barcelona's one of those teams that at the moment, I wouldn't say they're in turmoil, but financially they are. And they're a bit of a... They're making some insane signings. You know, they've got one of, if not the best striker in world football playing for them, and amongst a whole other host of fantastic players. But they're just not quite clicking, as it were, and financially they're in a mess. But where it comes to Real Madrid, Liverpool play them a lot, and there is a bit of a bitterness to that. If Liverpool were to play Barcelona, which we have done, you know, fairly recently, there's no bitterness there. It's just a desire to win, to beat another team. If Liverpool play Real Madrid, I really, really want to beat Real Madrid because we have a couple of revenge stories. We don't against Barcelona, so I'm happy to wear Barcelona stuff, and if they look nice. The new shirts from Barcelona, all three of them, in my opinion, look fantastic, and it's definitely something that I'd like to pick up this season if I can afford to do so. But I think this one's going to go into the collection, so we will deduct 30 from the series cash profit. That is the original value of the shirt and the amount that I predicted that I could make off it after fees and everything. So £30 deducted from the series cash profit. We are getting it to go down, but we need to get it to go down a little bit more. Why? I'll explain in a second. So this next one is a Liverpool shirt. Now this is a little bit unfortunate because I bought this in Sports Direct in my town, and I bought it in the wrong size really. This is 2019 away Liverpool shirt. It's nice, I like it. There's nothing like majorly wrong with it. There's nothing on the back of it, unfortunately. Again, they didn't really have personalisation in Sports Direct then, well, at least on this shirt anyway. I like the little sleeve bit, and you know it's got obviously got the Western Union sponsor and everything. 100% legit. Like I said, bought it from Sports Direct. This cost £55 from Sports Direct. I think I bought it like 2 weeks after the home shirt that we've already added to the collection. The problem with this one is it's an XL, because I like football shirts to be a little bit baggy. I don't like them to be skin tight. That's why I don't buy the player versions. This one is massive. It just feels like a 90. It is so big. So unless I'm going to be able to put weight on, which I'm trying to do the actual opposite of that, or unless I can fill out my guns, I don't think I'm really going to be able to wear this. I am going to keep it. It's not worth selling. It's not worth anywhere near £55 right now, so we are going to keep it. It does need a bit of a wash as well. The neck looks dirty. But that was 55. So even though I could get it cheaper, I know everything about this one. What I mean by that is I know where it came from, I know how many times I've worn it roughly, and I know the condition of it, which is honestly inch perfect. Like there's no pulls or skags or anything. I'm very careful when I wear football shirts, so I'm going to keep that, but we are going to have to deduct £55, which takes us down, I don't know what it takes us down to, I've got no idea, but you know, because it's on screen. These next two, one of them is special. The other one, again, I've been deliberating this for probably the best part of the year, or a year. There's no footage of me picking it up. It's not vinted. You're going to have to take my word for it, because this is a pretty special pickup. So this next one is new with tags, and it's not a football team that many would suspect this to be. You know, you go for your Barcelonas, your Liverpools, and maybe there's like AC Milan and things in there as well. But this is one of those clubs that have just fallen away in recent seasons. And in fact, most recently, last season, they fell away. They've even got a points deduction at the bottom of the division that they're in now. That narrows it down somewhat. This was £10. I had a contact, probably this time, no, even further back than last year. It was about May last year, so we're talking a good 14 months or so. There was this woman who started selling football shirts on my local Facebook marketplace page, and I went to pick up one of them. It was a Blackburn Rovers 1995 away shirt, very good condition. I ended up selling it for about 60-70 quid. She wanted 15. I then got talking to her, and she said her husband had passed away, and he was a football shirt collector, and she said he used to be a scout for Newcastle United. Brushed that under the carpet. I don't believe a word she says, right? But I believe that her husband used to collect football shirts. So she said, let me go grab a few. Obviously didn't want, this was like height of COVID, so didn't really want me going in her house, which is understandable. I used to go there with a mask on, and she'd bring down armfuls of shirts. Do you want this one? Do you want this one? Do you want this one? A lot of them were in poor condition, but there were quite a few that were in good condition. And this was one of the ones that was brand new with tags, still in cellophane. Had to check that it was real, because she did have the odd fake there. I did several deals. I spent probably thousands with this woman, because I've made so much money from selling the shirts that she sold me. But this was right at the end, just before she moved, and then I moved as well. She was doing, I think she did 10 shirts for 80 quid, I want to say. It was about that. It might have even been less, but we'll say 10 shirts for 80. No, 8 shirts for 100. I can't remember what it was. Basically, this shirt works out at no more than £10, right? It just doesn't. Turns out, by the way, her husband, or her late husband, was actually a scout for Newcastle. So eventually, I did get to go in her house, because she was just about to move. It was completely empty, and the rest of the football shirts that she wanted to talk about was one of these in her living room. But I saw a framed photo of her late husband in the changing room of Newcastle United. He was with someone who was of importance to take a picture with, but he also had a shirt. And I thought, well, anyone can have a tour, right? But I saw his name, so I googled his name. Turns out, yes, he was a scout for Newcastle, and he actually helped sign Norberto Solano. Had to go and scout him. I think he even had to go to Argentina, if I remember correctly, to scout him and helped sign him. Wasn't the only scout that went to look at him, but yeah, he was part of the team that actually brought him to the club, which is actually quite special. Anyway, enough waffling. The shirt in question is the 2009 home shirt for Saint Etienne. How random is that? How random. And the more I went to her house to pick up these shirts, the more that my husband was a scout actually started to sort of had a little bit more traction. Unfortunately, there's nothing on the back of it. It's just the plain. But the other thing about this is it's long sleeve. That is so rare to find in football shirts these days. To show you that it is new with tags, where is that tag? I think it's at the bottom actually. The tag is at the bottom, ASSEH jersey, and it's got, if anybody wants to do their due diligence, it is 2009. There's the product code and everything. I don't know if it's going to focus, but there it is for your perusal. Because these shirts, like the older ones, they do say made in Thailand, and as a rule of thumb, like I said, if it's made in Thailand, generally it doesn't tend to be real. That is true for newer shirts. Some of them are still made in Thailand, but the majority of them have moved over to places like Cambodia, Philippines, Bangladesh and things. But the older shirts can and are indeed made in Thailand. So this is 100% genuine. I've put it up against some of the real ones. And yeah, it is a size XL. So again, I don't know if this is going to fit, and I don't know if I'm going to keep it yet. I know. That doesn't make any sense. I'm putting it into the collection. It cost me £10. We're deducting £10. I'm not deducting any more. How much would this sell for? In all honesty, there aren't any on the market anyway. You've got a classic football shirt, you can't buy this. You go to eBay, you can't buy this brand new with tags. So, in all honesty, I could sell it for however much I can find a buyer for, which is true for anything in life. But I literally own the market on this. So, it could be worth £100. It could be worth 50. I really don't know. So we're going to keep it for the time being. I'm going to explain to you what I plan to do, or what I potentially plan to do anyway. But yeah, because he was a scout, obviously he was going to these different places. Because I actually bought this shirt off him, not the exact one, but I bought this shirt off him, or off her, I should say, with... Who did he have on the back of it? Danny Alves or something random? And I for the longest time, I thought it was fake, but it actually turned out to be real. I got a 2001 Barcelona shirt with Deco on the back. I think it was 2001, 2002, 2004. I don't know, whatever it was. With Deco on the back. That sold for like 90 quid. He was going to these different countries to scout these players, and then he was just picking up shirts when he was there. Unreal. Anyway, let's get into the final shirt, and probably my favourite. So this final shirt does have a name and number on the back. If you are an OG, and I mean proper OG, I'm talking a 9-year OG, then you will have seen me wear this, and you would have seen it in the background of some of my videos before. This is, I can't even remember the year. Is it 2014? Liverpool home. There it is. What size is it? Size large. And on the back of it, it is the man himself, Martin Skirtle 37. Now, for the longest time, I've had this up for sale, looking to achieve around £60 to £70. Why have I been looking to sell it? To be honest, when I started sort of buying and selling, I put everything that I had, more or less, up for sale, just to sort of get income into the business. I didn't forget about this shirt. I've always known I've owned it, but I put it up a little bit higher than I normally would have sold something like this for, because I didn't really want it to go. And my thought process was, if it sells, it's sold for a much higher price than I wanted, so I'm going to be relatively pleased. This was, I mean, this feels like, it's so soft. This is, or was, a £55 purchase. Of course, bear in mind, if you buy a shirt with a name and number on the back these days, you're looking at about £75. Back, you know, what, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, you could get them for 55, 60, and that's exactly how much this cost. I can't remember what shop I got it from. I didn't buy it online. I did buy it in a shop. It might have been in Cardiff, but I can't remember. The print is very, very good. There's no major wear to the number or to the fabric. There's no pulls on it at all. Like I said, I do keep very good care of my football shirts. So that is going to be another £55 deducted off the balance, and it will go into the collection. taken off sale, never to be sold, and I will actually wear it. Martin Skirtle is actually set to make his first Liverpool Legends debut I think it's next month. It might be next week. I think it's next month. Yeah, well, technically speaking, it could be next week. Yeah, so he'll play for the Legends team at Anfield in some like charity matches and things. But that's just a little tidbit for some people. Anyway, why have I just spent all of the money to get those shirts into the collection if I plan to maybe sell that Saint Etienne shirt? Well, this shirt I want to keep because I've decided I want the new Barcelona shirts. It would be cool to own some of the older ones. I'm not going to avidly collect Barcelona and just go after as many Barcelona shirts as I can. But if I find one that's in good condition, that's in my size, that's cheap, why not, right? And the newer ones look really nice and I would like to get them. I want one with Lewandowski on the back for sure. And the other ones, I don't know, we'll see. But the reason why I want to bring them into the collection, the Saint Etienne shirt in particular, is because I could maybe now use that as leverage against the match-worn shirt that I want. So, like I said, I don't know the value of it, so the people selling this shirt are going to have to put a value on that Saint Etienne shirt if they want it. So, for example, if they want to sell it for 100, maybe they'll offer me 50, 60. I don't know. But then I could take that off the value of this £700 shirt that I want. Does that make sense? Because failing me buying it off myself and putting it into the collection, we wouldn't have been able, it's almost like money laundering at this point. I wouldn't have been able to get that shirt into the collection to be able to use it as leverage otherwise. Do you know what I mean? So I kind of had to bring it in. It was in my possession, but I had to bring it in to be able to use it. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Like I said, I just want to keep this just for the sake of keeping it. The 2 Liverpool shirts that we've added, I will wear them and I will keep them in the collection. They're never going to go anywhere. The Italian shirt, it's got a little, couple of little marks here or there in terms of like bobbling or scagging or something. I said I look after my shirts, but these things happen. In terms of the collection value, the Saint Etienne shirt, I'm going to be conservative, like I said, between 50 and 100, so I'll just whack £75 on it, because I actually think I could achieve that if the right person came along. New with tags from 2009, they're now bottom of French League 2. They've had a points deduction and all sorts. They're not actually playing very well anyway, so there is a chance that they could go down again, which is going to be terrible for the football club. But it does mean that shirt could be worth a little bit more again then. Like I said, now everything is going to move over to Instagram, so we are going to move with the cash balance. I was kind of hoping to be able to move that down to 0 so we could just start fresh almost, like have a collection but start fresh. I think on Instagram what's going to happen is I'm just going to be showing you the shirts that I pick up. Maybe I'll show, like, if I get a pair of football boots, I'll show them and I'll look to sell them on. But I don't think there's ever going to be figures there. Just know that behind the scenes I am working to make it free, because to be honest, as much as people might not believe this, I can't just afford to go out and buy even a £15, £25 football shirt once a week to put into the collection. Like, this was cheap, right? This was like £10, £12. I can't afford to just go buy this and then next week buy another one, the week after buy another one, and then do everything else in my life that I'm doing, going places and buying other things. I don't have that much disposable income, if anything. So I do need a way to get these shirts for free. So I am doing that in the background, and I will show you every shirt that I pick up, and every shirt that I sell, and every pair of football boots that I buy and sell, and every shirt that goes into the collection, and I will mark it down in the description of Instagram. This one is going into the collection, sort of thing. So if you want to follow that, go over to my Instagram. The link is in the description. If you've enjoyed this series on the channel, do me a favor and hit the like button for old time's sake. But like I said, going forward, it will be strictly gaming content. And until the next time, wherever that may be, goodbye.